Hi everyone, hello everyone. My name is Raja Mia, and at the moment I am reading this book, Conspiracy. It's very interesting and fascinating. Now, you see, reading is good for you, it is exercise for the brain exercise. The psychologists say if you don't use your brain and your mind, then you will lose it. Yeah, use it, the mind and the brain, use it or lose it. Now, reading is good, and I am on chapter 6, Dr. David Kelly. Yeah, far too many unanswered questions. It's interesting. Now, it reads as the helicopter slowly clattered its way through the darkness. The crewmen knew what they were looking out for in the fields and woods below them, crisscrossing the Oxfordshire night in a tight search pattern. They were looking for a man or a body. The UK's leading chemical and biological warfare expert, Mr. Anthrax himself, the top specialist from the secretive Porton Down laboratories, had gone missing. But if he had an accident or worse in the countryside down there, they would find him. The helicopter had modern thermal imaging, search and rescue equipment in skilled hands. That doesn't miss much. Dr. David Kelly was a former UN weapons inspector in Iraq, a veteran of 37 rounds of that high stakes cat and mouse game. He had been accused of leaking information to the BBC that cast doubt on the British government's reasons for invading Iraq. He knew about the famous dossier that claimed Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction that would be used at 45 minutes' notice, and he had indicated to BBC reporter Andrew Gilligan that this key claim was simply not true. As a result, 2 days earlier, on 15 July 2003, he had been called before Parliament's Select Committee on Foreign Affairs for a very uncomfortable televised public scrutiny, followed by a isolated session with the British private session with the British intelligence services at a safe house outside London. Dr. Kelly was in the spotlight and under intense scrutiny, as his wife Janice said, a distressed man. But that doesn't mean that he killed himself when he went out for his usual afternoon walk on nearby Harrowdown Hill round about 3 on the afternoon of Thursday, 17 July 2003. Now I remember this story in the newspaper. As I read this jogged my memory, and I remember this in the newspaper. Um, and well, Dr. David Kelly, yeah, some say that he killed himself, and some say that um, someone maybe murdered him. It's confusing and also interesting. This is a what I would title the earthly stories. So of course this book has earthly stories, and therefore, now why do I say earthly stories? This is because a lot of people, sadly, those who chose to live their earthly life as a non-Muslim, as a non-Sunni Muslim, will end up in hellfire forever. Having said this, the Creator, Allah, knows best. And therefore I am calling these stories the earthly stories. And this is called conspiracy. You can buy a used copy from eBay for about £3. No need to pay $8.99. And this is how. Now, if you buy books from eBay, then you will save money, and at the same time, you will be helping the environment. Thank you for listening.